In this quick guide, we'll break down the secret behind simple and compound interest, how your money grows, how to calculate it, and how banks actually make profit from it. By the end, you'll understand exactly how interest works in real life. Let's get started. Let's talk about one of the most basic and important ideas in finance, simple interest. Imagine you lend your friend $100, and after a year, they pay you back a little extra as a thank you for letting them use your money. That extra amount you earn is called interest. It's basically the cost of borrowing money, or the reward for lending it. Now, simple interest is the easiest kind to calculate because it's based only on the original amount you invested or borrowed, not on any interest that builds up over time. Here's the formula. Simple interest equals principal times rate times time. Let's break that down. The principal, P, is the original amount of money, the base that everything is calculated on. The rate, R, is the percentage charged or earned each year, expressed as a decimal or percent. And time, T, is how long the money is invested or borrowed, usually measured in years. So basically, you take the amount you start with, multiply by the rate per year, then multiply by the number of years. Now let's walk through a simple example together. Suppose you deposit $1,000 in a savings account that pays 5% interest per year, and you leave it there for 3 years. Using the formula, simple interest equals P times R times T. That's 1,000 times 0.05 times 3 equals 150. So after 3 years, you've earned $150 in interest. That means the total amount you'll have in the account, your future value, is $1,000 plus $150 equals $1,150. See how straightforward that is? You're always earning interest on your original $1,000 only. It doesn't grow on top of interest from previous years. To visualize it, think of simple interest like a straight line, the same addition every year. If you earn $50 the first year, you'll earn $50 the second year, and $50 again the third. It's predictable and easy to plan for. You'll find simple interest in things like short-term loans, car loans, or basic savings accounts. It's great for understanding how money grows in the most direct way. So in short, simple interest tells you exactly how much extra money you'll owe or earn, based on the original amount, the rate, and the time. It's the cleanest and easiest form of interest, and once you understand it, you're ready to explore the more powerful version, compound interest, where your money starts earning money of its own. Now let's talk about compound interest, one of the most powerful ideas in all of finance. Compound interest simply means earning interest not just on your original money, but also on the interest that builds up over time. It's like a snowball effect. Your money starts to grow on its own, and the longer you let it sit, the faster it grows. Here's the formal definition. Compound interest is the process where the interest you earn gets added back to your principal, so that in the next period, you earn interest on both the original amount and the accumulated interest. It's what makes your savings grow faster than with simple interest, where interest is calculated only on the original principal. The general formula for compound interest is this, where A is the final amount after time, P is the principal or the initial money you started with, R is the annual interest rate in decimal form, N is the number of times the interest is compounded per year, is the number of times interest is compounded per year, and T is the time in years. Now let's make this real with an example. Suppose you invest $1,000 in a savings account that pays an annual interest rate of 10%, compounded once per year. Using the formula, we can find how much you'll have after 3 years. Start with P equals 1,000, R equals 0.10, N equals 1, and T equals 3. Plug them in. A equals 1,000 times 1 plus 0.1 divided by 1 to the power of 1 times 3. That's 1,000 times 1.1 to the power of 3 equals 1,000 times 1.331 equals 1,331. $1,331. That means after 3 years, your investment has grown by $331. And notice, the interest earned in the first year also earned interest in the next 2 years. That's the magic of compounding. To see how powerful this effect becomes over time, imagine if you left that same $1,000 for 10 years instead. It would grow to $1,000 times 1.1 to the power of 10 equals $2,593.74. More than double your money without adding a single extra dollar, just by giving time for interest to compound. This is why financial experts often say, time is your greatest ally. Compound interest rewards patience. It's what drives long-term investments, retirement funds, and even debt growth if you're borrowing, because compounding works both ways. So, in simple terms, compound interest means your money is working for you, and then the earnings themselves start working too. It's the quiet, steady force that can turn small savings into something much bigger, all through the power of time and growth. Let's explore something that really shows the magic of compounding, how the frequency of compounding changes your final result. You've probably heard that interest earns interest, but how often that happens makes a big difference over time. Imagine you invest $1,000 at an annual interest rate of 10%. If the bank compounds just once a year, after 1 year, you'll have $1,100. Simple enough. But what if it compounds twice a year, every 6 months? Then you earn interest not only on your original amount, but also on the first half year's interest. That gives you about $1,102.50. If it compounds quarterly, the total becomes around $1,103.80. Monthly, $1,104.70. And if it compounds daily, you'll end up with about $1,105.16. Notice how the final amount grows slightly higher each time, not by a huge jump, but over many years, that difference really adds up. So, the more frequently interest compounds, the faster your money grows. It's like getting a head start every time the interest is added, because each small gain becomes part of the base for the next one. That's why when you see compounded monthly or compounded daily, it usually means your investment will grow faster than one that compounds annually, even if the stated rate looks the same. Now there's a fascinating idea called continuous compounding, the theoretical extreme where compounding happens infinitely many times per year. Instead of waiting for each month or day, your money is constantly earning interest at every instant. The formula for that uses the constant E about 2.718, and it represents the absolute limit of how fast compounding can grow your balance at a given rate. In the real world, banks don't usually use continuous compounding, but it's an important concept in finance and economics because it models growth that's smooth and constant, like population growth or continuously reinvested returns. So the big takeaway here is simple. Compounding frequency matters. The more often your interest is added, the faster your money grows. And understanding that helps you compare investments and make smarter financial decisions. When solving interest problems, small mistakes can cost big. First, always convert percentages to decimals. 5% becomes 0.05, not 5. Next, choose the correct compounding period. Yearly equals 1, quarterly equals 4, monthly equals 1212. And remember, simple interest grows only on your original money, but compound interest grows on both your money and the interest it earns. Check the links in the description for free study guides and tools. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and keep learning smart, not hard.